The value of any country's currency is the aggregate of what that country produces. Nigeria's rapid population growth means we have more people who will require more goods to consume, the majority of which come from other countries. As more naira chases the dollar, the greater portion of our wealth ends up moving to other economies. The simple fact is that without industrializing our economy, the circle of poverty will never be broken. This is why the Tertiary Education Trust Fund introduced a paradigm shift in its interventions to place a focus on research and development to build a vibrant knowledge economy whose wealth is sourced from capital goods. To achieve this shift, TETFund, under the leadership of Professor Suleiman Elias Bogoro, inaugurated 12 pioneer centers of excellence across Nigeria's 6 geopolitical zones. The centers of excellence will be known for and characterized by the best brains, profound experts and specialists, up-to-date research and facilities. They will boast of a crop of brilliant early career and postdoctoral researchers being groomed and in attractive and conducive environments with conditions of service to match global prescriptions and best practices.
A center of excellence, whether in higher educational institutions like universities, poly or monotechnics, and colleges of education, or a stand-alone entity that is a center of excellence, is known for and characterized by some of the best brains, profound experts and specialists, up-to-date research equipment and facilities, a crop of brilliant early career and postdoctoral researchers being groomed, and an overall attractive and conducive working environment and conditions of service to match global prescriptions and best practices. The University of Abuja is to host the Center of Excellence, TETFund Center of Excellence in Public Governance and Leadership. It was deliberate. It was deliberate. Second one in the North Central Zone is the University of Jos. TETFund Center of Excellence in Food Security. The next one is the Northeast. We have the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, Bauchi. Well, it's also on food security. Center of Excellence on food security. But the emphasis, there is only 1 or 2 overlap areas. The emphasis is on dairy research and development. The second one is the University of Maiduguri. TETFund Center of Excellence in Arid Zone Research and Development. Northwest, Usman Danfodio University, Sokoto. TETFund Center of Excellence in Urology and Nephrology. The second one in Northeast, of course, is the Center of Excellence in Renewable Energy. Southeast, Michael Okpara University of Agriculture, Umudike. TETFund Center of Excellence in Root Crop Research and Development. The second one in the Southeast is Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Oka. TETFund Center of Excellence in Agriculture and Engineering Translational Studies. South, University of Benin. Center of Excellence in Aquaculture and Food Science and Technology. The second one in the South is University of Uyo. TETFund Center of Excellence in Computational Intelligence. Southwest, finally, 2. The first is the University of Ibadan. TETFund Center of Excellence in Multidisciplinary Studies. The University of Lagos. Center of Excellence in Biodiversity, Conservation, and Ecosystem Management. With these words, I am pleased to congratulate the first TCOE beneficiary institutions, and we expect you to take over and ensure the strengthening and sustainability of the centers beyond the year 2020. Once more, congratulations. I wish you every success in the undertaking, and thank you very much for listening. God bless you.
This edition of the Paradigm Shift throws a spotlight on 4 of these centers of excellence.
The Vice Chancellor, University of Abuja.
Congratulations.
A Abuja is Nigeria's administrative and political center. It is also a key capital to the African continent due to Nigeria's geopolitical influence in the region. Abuja is also a conference center and hosts various meetings annually, such as the 2003 Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting and the 2014 World Economic Africa meetings. The federal military government of Nigeria made a law on the 4th of February 1976, which initiated the movement of the federal capital from Lagos to Abuja. On the 12th of December 1991, the seat of government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria was officially moved to Abuja. More countries relocated their embassies and maintained their former embassies as consulates in Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria. Abuja is the headquarters of the Economic Community of West African States and the regional headquarters of OPEC. No city or state in Nigeria is more defined by governance and public leadership than Abuja. It is therefore no surprise that the University of Abuja, in close proximity to the corridors of Nigeria's highest governance organs, was named the Center of Excellence to focus in this critical area. Established on the 1st of January 1988, the university now operates its main campus along Abuja Airport Road.
Universities have humanity, universality. Those areas of excellence become what you are known for. Typically, universities are known for something. You want to, for example, University of Abuja, our own area is governance and leadership. And it fits us so well because we're in the nation's capital. National Assembly is here, the presidency is here, all agencies of government have their headquarters here, international organizations have their headquarters here. Virtually every embassies are here. Anybody who wants to come into Nigeria will probably first come to Abuja. So we think we have a responsibility now as a university to help this nation to find the kind of leadership that it needs. And believe me, universities have to do that. Anywhere in the world is university that leads the way. And I think what TETFund has done is to actually realize that this must be a strategy to make all these investments make meaning. And for now and for a long time to come, University of Abuja will begin to mobilize. We say the problem of Nigeria is a problem of leadership. People have said it. I also say it's a problem of followership. So we want to take this now and run with it and look at governance. Why are we where we are? When Nigeria was a colonial era, what were the issues? Issues of governance. Why did we go the length we went up to the challenge to colonization, to end colonization? What did we make of it? Leadership, military. People say, oh, the crisis has been military. Now, civilian. Oh, civilian is the problem. So many, too expensive, legislative. We say so many things. We talk too much. Now, universities will do what they need to do. And University of Abuja, governance and leadership, we will be able to focus and help this nation to grow. Catch them young. How do we prepare leaders for future? Some people say leaders are born. But we have nations of the world, like Singapore, that identify right from elementary school those who are going to be national leaders and train them for this purpose. What are we going to do? We at this university, we strategize and mobilize the nation to follow. We have that responsibility and we'll achieve it. We will achieve it.
Anambra is a state in the southeastern part of the country. The capital and seat of government is Awka. The Nnamdi Azikiwe University was chosen to be a center of excellence on agriculture and engineering translational studies. This institution came into being as an offshoot of the defunct Anambra State University of Technology, which was established on the 30th of July 1980. UNIZIC, as it's fondly called, runs a modern teaching hospital and also has a faculty of pharmaceutical sciences and a school of preliminary studies, as well as a college of agriculture.
Yeah, very significant. Essentially, our Center of Excellence is on biomedical agricultural and engineering translational studies. So the major aim is to translate all researches we are doing in these areas into tangible goods and services for the need of the country and for international export also, and developing human capacity in these relevant areas. There are two crucial elements that are needed. First is the human capacity, because what we see in our nation is that we lack the necessary manpower, to move from theory to practice. And the next one is infrastructure. If you have the best of human beings without the requisite infrastructure, you can translate research and development to services. And that's what we intend to do in this center. We intend to train students, train staff, and we intend to make use of the best of infrastructure to bring about products that are products of research to go to the market. And that's what we find in the Southeast Asia. That's what we find in Europe and America, is the innovative aspect, the innovation aspect of research. And that's what drives economies all over the world. So this particular center will be focusing on biomedical sciences and agriculture, and as well as engineering. We'll be training people on how to do that. And based on the infrastructure that we have, which is what is lacking in many places, which gracefully TETFund is going to make available, we'll use that. We also have requisite residual manpower in our system. We have international collaborations. As I speak, Nnamdi Azikiwe University has been, we are visiting professors from many countries in the world, in the US, in the UK, who come from time to time, to teach our students. What they have lacked or what they see missing is the infrastructure to use to translate this. And this Center of Excellence will provide that.
The Lake Chad, a magnificent freshwater lake so majestic that it was once called the Mega Chad. The lake is historically ranked as one of the largest in Africa and has great economic importance, providing water to more than 30 million people living in the 4 countries that surround it: Chad, Cameroon, Niger, and Nigeria. According to the Global Resource Information Database of the United Nations Environmental Program, it shrank by as much as 95% from about 1963 to 1988 as a result of climate change, overgrazing in the area surrounding the lake, and desertification. The dwindling of the lake has had devastating impacts, especially on Nigeria. It has also caused several different conflicts to emerge. Farmers and herders want the water for their crops and livestock and are constantly diverting it, while the lake's fishermen want water diversion slowed or halted in order to prevent continuing decline in water levels, resulting in further strain on the lake's fish. This makes the University of Maiduguri the most obvious choice to serve as a center of excellence for arid zone research and development. The University of Maiduguri, or UNIMAID, is a federal higher institution located in the capital of Borno State, northeast Nigeria. The university was created by the federal government of the country in 1975 with the intention of its becoming one of the country's principal higher education institutions.
The visibility of universities depend on the output of the research they make. And it is very, very glad to note that this particular intervention is to adequately fund researches in the university, among other things. And that is what has been lacking in the system. So it is indeed significant, and we actually open our arms to receive this intervention so that we can be placed on the global map of research achievements. One of the thematic areas recommended for the takeoff of the upgraded center is socio-economic development of the arid zone studies. And before you address socio-economic problems, you have to address the ecosystem, you have to address the agriculture and forestry issues. These are the key areas we are now going to look into to address these problems. The thematic areas proposed are going to be composed of specialized persons or personalities headed by an expert as a coordinator. We will ensure that these personnel who are already in existence but lack training and retraining, we will ensure that the capacity is upgraded. They are regularly trained and retrained. And also ensure that facilities needed for research activities are made available. Already the committee I am talking about has proposed a way, I don't know whether the intervention has already given specific amount, but they have recommended to the university what components need to be addressed immediately so that the research activity can take off without waste of time. And some of these components include, of course, laboratory, analytical equipments, and then the office equipments and vehicles. These are very necessary for effective research activity.
Computers, mobile phones, and the internet have changed our lives forever. The National Information Technology Policy, which was approved in 2001, was a catalyst. Nigeria started to use ICT technologies as the fuel for sustainable development and competitiveness on the international arena. The internet usage level in Nigeria as of 2012 was less than 16%. This was a very low rate. But when the new policy concluded a document to promote computer and internet usage, things began to change. A new industry was born, and bright young Nigerians began to make the country a globally competitive and knowledge-based society. But work still needs to be done. Much of that work will happen at the University of Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, which is the Center of Excellence for Computational Intelligence. Computational intelligence is a set of approaches to address complex real-world problems to which mathematical or traditional modeling can be useless because the processes might be too complex for mathematical reasoning, or it might contain some uncertainties. If Nigeria is to one day build smart cities, then computational intelligence would be an essential tool. The University of Uyo was established on the 1st of October 1991 by the federal government.
From what we are interested in and what has been guidelined for us, it is to raise community skill acquisition. Community in terms of the university and by extension, the larger community, whereby we find that the students through the center will acquire skills that will build them up in computational intelligence. You know, today's world is actually digitalized, and we know that through the center, the programs that will be reeled out through the center, students, by extension the public, will learn more, be well equipped for one-on-one and for interactive and for productive activities. Through research, you find that knowledge explodes. But it's not just knowledge left on the shelf. Knowledge, that is knowledge from the research left on the shelf. Knowledge that is made use of, for which institutions like ours have contributed already and are very willing to contribute more. So those areas you find that we find artificial intelligence, you find computational intelligence, you have education sector, for which we talk about developing and producing resource persons for the classroom at the different levels of the Nigerian educational system. And we know that once these resource persons are developed at the different levels of education, they come out to be the best in the society, because each of them being motivated to produce and to be productive will definitely come out to say and to be the best that we want to be.
The COE project will deliver quality training and applied research in partnership with the national and international academic institutions and in collaboration with Nigerian industry.
I was Alexander von Humboldt, fellow in Germany. We developed something between 2003 to 2005 that changed, high viral throughput assays all over the nation. And they wanted to patent it at that time in Germany, but I was not there because I came back to Nigeria and then they stopped that. And a lot of such researchers are covered all over this nation. So we have what it takes in terms of intellectual know-how. We just need to come together in a focused way, like the Center of Excellence is doing, focus on that, and then we'll be able to tax ourselves and bring things to pass. We intend to, in this center, to be working on vaccine development. 2007, 2008, I was at the University of Pittsburgh to develop malaria vaccine. And some of the technologies of the vaccine they are using now, some of them that we are seeing marketed, are the things that we use. Adenoviral type 5-based vector vaccine, which I used many years ago. But no infrastructure yet to develop that and train students who can carry about it, who can go ahead and develop this manpower. So I think that with this center of excellence that we're having, within a very short while, we'll be challenged. And very important component of the Center of Excellence is that they also encourage postdoctoral research fellowship, which hitherto has been missing all over the world. Those who are like the key drivers for research and innovation are postdoctoral research fellows. So this is a stimulus, extra stimulus, because this project will fund them, will develop them, and those guys can now help to now train as many other postgraduate, PhD master students as possible. It's a very fantastic idea, this Center of Excellence.
This opportunity gives us, a focus to actually begin to develop leadership in culture, leadership in economy, leadership in politics, leadership in technology, leadership in medicine. Let me give you an example of what we're trying to do in medical area. We want to start the MBBS PhD program, where you come into medicine. You know that you have to be a researcher. You begin. By the time you finish your MBBS, you actually proceed into a PhD. We sponsor you. We help to produce you, so that when you finish, you are actually a leader in research in medicine. And that is what we want to do in all the other areas.
Already we have the resource persons in our institution, qualified by certification, qualified by experience, qualified by expectations, etc., who are working on similar matters and who are very willing to develop more into the best, like what the center would want.
TETFund stands ready to offer the much-needed support, guidance, and collaboration to the pioneer centers of excellence in order to make them succeed. And that is the paradigm shift.